Music creators aren't making money from their communities simply because they're not servicing the fans the right way. And this leads a lot of you all to say, screw it, man, let's just make them buy the music. Like, forget all that, right? And I understand your point. However, all creators aren't really going through this, just musicians. Different creators see this problem and they've solved this problem in different ways. Now, I also understand that money is not everything, right? We can't sacrifice the art. However, you should probably take a look at a different side of the entertainment industry and see what they've been doing to actually offset these costs and make boatloads of money on what they're doing. And I'm talking about the community of people who use OnlyFans. So let's hop into it and talk about it on the Music Money Makeover show. First things first is we got to talk about a little something called previewing the content, and you may be familiar with this, so check it out. Preview the content on social media. When developing a fan website, the first thing you will want to do is use social media to advertise what the listener or viewer will be getting in exchange for signing up with your fan community, page, or subscription service. Usually this will be in the form of your standard talent-based content, but the main focus will be based on POV storytelling. This is how you keep people entertained more easily. And this is the truth. People tend to watch more when you can keep them entertained beyond the music itself. So we know how to use social media to preview the content. We've been doing this for years and years and years on social media. And sometimes we'll put out the full length content on discoverability platforms like, YouTube, SoundCloud, AudioMac, whatever. We'll give them the free thing, the whole thing. But we know that sites like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and YouTube itself is used to preview the value that you get when you get the full experience of us and you come to the concerts, and even some things that are not at the concerts. Point is, taking tactics from the OnlyFans communities, we want to actually preview our content on social media, and this leads us to an upsell, but also another emotional feeling called FOMO. Check it out. FOMO, or fear of missing out. High quality previews should give the listener or viewer a fear of missing out feeling because they can't get the content in full. However, this feeling only increases when the content and value are really, really high. So again, whatever you're doing on social media, you're uncovering the value proposition. Like, oh, this is really great. Whatever this is, I want to know more. And that's what the OnlyFans community is doing. And this is what we can do as musicians. So when we're creating this content, people are going to see it and say, man, I really wish I could get more of this. I'm really entertained by this. And the one person that I know who did this really, really well was Ryan Leslie back in the day on YouTube. Like, we saw this guy really make some stuff, and then he built a whole subscription model off of it, right? It was different. It wasn't exactly the community's space, but it still was encompassing some of the same principles. Point is, we saw all this great value on YouTube and we wanted more. So we began to pay for more experiences through his, e-commerce platforms, pages, and whatnot. Same thing with you. Create great value on social media, give people the fear that they actually are missing out on the fan club or whatever it is you got going on in your community. And then this makes them pay. But once you pay, you turn into a subscriber. So check it out. Subscribers. Subscribing is only part 3 of this scenario. So congratulations if you succeeded in getting the fans to subscribe to your community. However, this is a small price that usually doesn't bother the fan because it's inexpensive. Check this out. Usually $5.99 to $9.99. That ain't bothering nobody. But because the price is so low, the fans will want more, and they will also feel your experience is worth more than half a Chipotle bowl a month if it's priced below $9.99. Now, the thing about the $5.99 to the $9.99 price point is this actually gets people in the door. And I don't want to jump the gun here and not get to my next point. But you want to get people in the door first. And if they feel that what you've given on social media is worth more, then they will pay more. How do we get them to pay more after they've experienced so much value on social media for free? And then they finally come to the front door of our club and we say, yo, it's $9.99 to get in. And they say, that's it? Only $9.99? So we got to offer those people who are going to say, that's it? Only $9.99? We want to give them more. So we got to charge like Netflix. Check it out. Charging like Netflix. Tier pricing. Because the fans can only get previews on social media, they will shy away from prices over $9.99. This is true. This is true. Since they are already getting so much quality content on social media. Now, why would they pay more than $10 for the same thing. Here, listen to this. In this case, you'd have to tier your pricing like Netflix, $6.99, $15.49, or $22.99, and give different benefits at each level. This way the subscriber will be enticed to pay more. Lastly, advertise your most expensive option as the best value. You're getting in the club, you got general admission, and then you got VIP. It's the same thing. At VIP, you can get different things, and I don't want to jump the gun here, but if you're getting in the club at VIP, you're going to get different services with that. If you're getting general admission and you're like, hey, this is it. I want to get a more premium experience than what I'm already receiving on social media. Great. Now that we got the people in the door, what this does is this guarantees you a floor or a minimum income amount that we can get every month from your subscriber base. Anything on top of that is good. We doing good at anything on top of that. That's extra profit. So we got our base revenue and then we got extra profit on top. Same thing if you're going in the club, you go in the club, you don't buy no drinks, you don't buy no wings or nothing. The club owner just got money for you to hit the dough. You know what I'm saying? But then when you get in the club, they know that at least every person's going to buy at least 2 drinks on average. So maybe they say for every person that come in the club, it balances out the average if they get 1 drink. So for every person, they're going to drink 1 drink. All right. And then from there, the club owner can kind of project, okay, this is what the night is going to be like right here. Right. So let's keep going. Higher pricing versus lower pricing. Higher pricing, anything over $15 a month, should be used when you have a decent following on social media and you've already shown how you can give great value for free. This is a fact. $9.99 a month is already premium enough as it is. You're saying that my value is so good that I'm worth a Netflix subscription. And I'm not saying that you're not, but at this point, you've got to be the person to actually process that much content at that price point. So for example, I'm a member of channel 85 for the 85 South show. I pay $8.50 for all that free content. Well, not free content, it's paid content and premium content. And they're pumping out a lot. So to hit a $10 price point is really expensive. All right. So in order to combat that, again, you have to have what's called a menu of products. And I don't want to jump the gun. So let's go right into it. Premium upsell purchases. And I'm getting to my product menu in a second. The key is to get them in at a low subscription price, which guarantees revenue, then upsell them on other options within the fan community. They will get basic level videos, but premium access. Experience services and communication costs extra. Way extra. So I already hit on this, but let me go further into it. If we get into the club and we are buying chicken wings, the only way we can buy chicken wings is if we got a table. The only way we can get bottle service is if we got a table. And then we upsell to that manner. So if I paid $22.99 to get into your fan club, then now I have access to get this, and this. And then you can upsell me on even more things and experiences and adventures and previews and studio session listens and blah, 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 and all this extra stuff. You can begin to upsell me from there. Now we got to talk about our product menu. Prepping the club. Product menu. You'll want to make sure content is already available on your platform before you open your club. And you want to make sure you planned out content segments along with experiences and services you can offer fans before the club opens. Having a menu of products available increases sales immediately. So at least fans know that other experiences are available. So this kind of goes back to the upsell that I was saying about the chicken wings and the bottle service and the drinks and all that stuff like that. Maybe you get a birthday cake or like a birthday cupcake or something if it's your birthday, right? You can get all this fancy stuff. If people enter the club and there is not a menu of products or like a chat feature or, hey, we go live on Mondays or Tuesdays or whatever, join the monthly listening session. We're going to have Q&A. If that stuff is not there, then people are like, dang, well, what am I really doing here? And then on top of that, you can also have products ready like, oh, view this documentary, get access to unreleased music over here, and you can only listen to it actually in the thing, or you can be able to download it. Of course, you want to protect your music and your content ID for unreleased stuff when people get it that way. You know, but you just want to have things in your store when people get there. So whatever it is, be creative in that aspect so that people can actually pay you right there on the spot. Once they pay the subscription price, upsell them on another piece of product within the community that they really want, and then you'll begin to make money hand over fist. Let's keep going. Staying engaged. This is the make or break point of this operation. If you do not stay engaged with the community every week, they will leave. Nobody is going to pay for nothing. And if they do leave, however, here's the good thing, is that you're not losing tons of revenue since your price point is below $10. Now, a low club entry fee prevents chargebacks, which is a huge headache that I have to deal with on my end. People feel like, oh, this isn't enough, or people want to come in and sample your product for free and then issue a chargeback. This stuff hurts your merchant score on the debit cards. And then now people are going to think you're scamming on your payment processing. This is a huge deal. So when your price point is that low, chargebacks are kind of far and few between. People will be like, whatever, right? I'll cancel the subscription, but it's not going to hurt your pockets that bad. When you have a chargeback though, that really, really hurts. Okay. I'm just speaking from experience. I'm letting you all know. But the thing about it is you want to stay engaged with these people, because if you don't show up every week, if you don't stay current, this is a full-time job. If you don't do any of this stuff, then they're not going to want to pay, and they're going to leave as soon as they get there. So that's why you want to have the tiers. You want to have the upsells in the club already ready to go before they get the chance to experience a full month, right? And then you begin to tack on, okay, I'm going to show up twice a month, and I'm going to start this thing twice a month and see how it goes. But I got all my prepaid stuff in here people can get, right? Inside the club, if you pay this fee. You don't want to overdo, showing up every week until you can handle showing up every week. And you built the system and a team of folks or a strategy to help you show up every week. But as long as you stay engaged, you will win. So the cool thing about that is you can implement group chats, which allows you to stay engaged with the fans. You get what I'm saying? So now they can pay for communication with you so long as you step in and you continue to chat with them. That can hold you over for 2 weeks at a time until you go back live with them on the joint. Well, what is the best platform to do this on? Mighty Networks, Circle, OnlyFans, if you don't mind sacrificing the younger age group, which I don't recommend. It's just that OnlyFans has some really great features to kind of go along with what I'm talking about. And then Patreon. And Patreon is a runner up. I'm not saying that Patreon is the way to go. If anything, I would probably go with Mighty Networks. In the past, I've said Circle, but I really like what Mighty Networks is doing. And they're really moving ahead of the pack in terms of building a community that works for artists and of all types, doing all types of media. Okay, so I really recommend that over the Patreon, because Patreon has the thing with the security issues and the breach data and all that stuff going on, and a lot of people don't like it. Okay, but these are the ones that I'm going to recommend. Should I do this when starting out? Well, communities should only be built if you plan on keeping them updated frequently, as I said before. It takes a lot of work to run a community, so you'll want to figure out how much you can actually do and how often, then base your prices on that. This is so true, because if you can figure out, okay, this is how much I can physically do right now, then eventually I'll raise the price. But this is how much I can really do right now. And I think that this is a fair price for people to pay for this. And then people will pay, and they will feel justified in paying what they're paying you, because they feel that the value that they're getting is just enough. And it's not causing you to just be to overproduce stuff or just be overwhelmed with work. What do I need to pull this off? Inspiration, a plan for sure, creativity, and the desire to serve your fans more. The desire to serve your fans more should really be at the top, but I put it there because it had so many words in it. If you do not care to serve those fans, do not do this for money. That's going to throw your passion off of this. It's going to make it seem like a job. But if you are being the true entertainer that you are, if you represent these fans that you have in the right way, and you represent yourself in the right way, and you service the fans, they will forever come back. They'll keep that credit card running, and they'll also tell people that, hey, you gotta get in the joint because it's popping over here. Because when your club becomes popping, like, I don't know if you all remember This Is 50 back in the day when he built that site, but then everybody started getting on there, right? It's like a forum thing. And even if This Is 50 charged, people would still pay. OK Player, the OK Player forum back in the day, even though it was open and free, but if they charged, people would still pay because guess what? It was popping over there. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you want your club to be. This raises awareness about you, it makes you bigger than what you already are. Now with this, you have the chance to make a lot of money, and you know how a lot of money goes. With a lot of money, you need a business to help the foundation and support all that cash flow that you got. So if you are a music creative or a music executive that wants to build your record label or publishing company in 60 days or less with the foolproof process, jump into the 60-day record label course today. You'll gain the ability to get real funding, help yourself not get screwed contractually, and keep the middleman out of your pockets. You can click the link below to get started right now. But if this is your first time watching the channel, please grab my free guide, 10 ways to increase your record label's profits. A free split sheet is included with that download. Let's talk about your upside right here. If you build a community, your fan base will become even more engaged and supportive of you. Others who aren't subscribed will want to join. And then 3, subgroups will form, creating an even deeper, richer fan experience for you, making you even bigger as an artist and personality. Right? That's just really what's going to happen. But let's talk about the downside. Now, not building community is not the end of the world. However, fan communities will become standard, and more fans will expect you to have one. It will cause you to leave a lot of money on the table and miss out on your growth potential. But if you were struggling with the fact that, okay, am I really going to do this community or not? This should give you a lot of tactics to help you build that community, overcome the indecisiveness with that choice, and then actually profit from it. I did this study on the OnlyFans community because I was like, these people are making a lot of money. How are they doing this? And then what makes this make sense? So I took some time to study it, and I was like, oh, this model does not exist in music. So here it is. You can take these tactics, or you can go do the research for yourself, and then you can find that or use the platform you want to use to actually replicate this process. Again, some of these steps just don't exist in the musician or the entertainment side, this side of the entertainment business. I feel they should. But Music Money Makers, if you make music, you should always make money. Log on to musicmoneymakeover.com, jump into the 60-day record label course, download the free stuff below, smash the like button below, book a call on musicmoneymakeover.com, and I'll see you next time. Peace.